Oh, Rep, we're looking up at the camera up there. Hi, everyone. It is a wonderful Saturday here. I am a little giddy, happy, bubbly because I have my teacher here with me that I'm so excited about. Our founding board member, Reverend Michael Beckwith, who is here, is coming. He's our guest speaker this week. He is a treasure. He is rythmia, and he said yes to coming and expressing to all of you his thoughts, his bubblings up all about rythmia and what we want to discuss today. So welcome, and we're happy you're here. Hi, Ref.
It's my joy to be here.
I'm so happy you said yes.
And welcome to all you tuning in this precise moment in order to feel our vibration and our love of this grand presence that's everywhere, that has manifested as the Rythmia Life Advancement Center. It's a wonderful expression and a dynamic story of unfoldment and manifestation that's changed the lives of so many people.
So many people. So let's start with your knowing that, of course, you're founding board member, but you're such an important component at Rythmia. So talk to us about your intention when you knew you were venturing into this world with Jerry years ago. What was your intention?
Well, when I saw Jerry's awakening and unfoldment, and it was authentic and it was real, and I was working with him, and he had this idea of bringing what had happened to him to other people. I caught it, and at that moment, I realized this was real. And he asked me, "Would you do this with me? Would you help me?" Yeah. I said, "Absolutely." And he was a little shocked.
Yeah, that you said yes.
That I said yes, and I put mine, because I had agape for many years.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very cautious about what I endorse.
Yes.
Or put my name on.
Yes.
Or be a part of. And so when I said yes, he was a little shocked about it, but I could see him, his unfoldment, the seed of who he was becoming. And I knew this would change a lot of lives. I could feel it. And so here we are years later.
15, 16,000 more people have come through this program, and their lives are changed.
So many healings, so many insights, inspirations. And the thing about a revelation or an insight is that it's not one and done. It just continues to unfold. So when a person has an insight and they realize, oh my God, they're worthy, or whatever the case may be, that continues to unfold. So all these 16,000 people, they're still growing.
Yes.
They're still unfolding. From that moment, they established an intention to be here and to participate in their own growth.
And as they continue to grow and unfold, what I like to say to them, because I have the honor of teaching Reverend Michael's beautiful curriculum here at Rythmia, as I say to them, I go, you're doing the heavy lifting for humanity, because their shift in insights and changes affect their family and their businesses and everything else. It's not just them, it's their community, right?
Absolutely. Well, on a soul level, we're all connected. Everyone is shot from the same source of all creation, by whatever name you want to call it. So we're all connected. So when anyone has an insight, it affects their whole ancestral line, past, present, and future, because in the quantum field, that's all happening simultaneously. But it affects their neighborhood. It affects the person they see in the grocery store. It affects anyone, because we're connected. And then if we have a relationship with someone, then that impacts them. So this is not like a selfish endeavor. It's not like navel gazing and it's just for me. When a person goes on a self-discovery path and a self-awakening path, it affects everything. It even affects the past.
That's so profound.
Yeah.
And when people are in the Maloka or in class, and we see like a ripple effect of their past, and as you just said, their ancestors being healed from their choice to heal right here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How would you say your beautiful class, the answer is you, what's the impact of that you've observed in people in relationship to everything else that's going on here at Rythmia?
Every context determines our perception, and our perception determines our experience. So the Answers You class gives a wide context of spiritual growth. It has the 4 stages of spiritual growth, development, unfoldment, and other teachings. So a person has a context, and within that context, it's like a framework that you get to now go on your path. You get to do your yoga, you get to do your meditation, you get to do your plant medicine, but it has a larger context. So it's not nilly-willy. It's just like, oh, I'm going to do plant medicine and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's actually a context. Here, we would say, reconnecting to your soul. You could say awakening to your divinity, awakening to your higher self, whatever language you want to use. But that class, particularly with you teaching it, gives a context so that as people are going through whatever they're going through during the week,
Yes.
they have a large context to look at what they're going through. So it's not just, oh, I'm going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm aware that I'm actually cleansing. I'm actually purifying my perception to become a greater version of myself. So many people in the world, and as you know, they not only don't have intention, they don't have context for their life. So what happens is they get stuck in what is called the human condition.
Right.
That's not a condition you want to be stuck in.
Yeah. And here, I love everything you just said, that in that context, it's a framework. They come to class.
That's the word I'm looking for.
And everything that's been caught the night before that could be profound insights, could be deep healing, could be tears, and sometimes confusion.
Right.
You have a safe place
Yes.
to come and lay it down and then look at what stage was I at? Oh, let me give me a tool that can help me understand that. So that, I say to people, my intention is to bring you Reverend Michael's work and to assist you to have the ability to catch your insights, implement the practices so you have choice, so that when you leave from here, that you're living these insights, not just going, yeah, that was a really cool experience.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So many people live like that, though. They'll have, first of all, this presence is always beaming itself everywhere. It doesn't have an on and off. So when people have an insight, if they don't have context and practice, then they can have a really wonderful experience, but it becomes a memory.
Yes.
But if you have a context and a modicum of spiritual practice, it's not just a memory, it becomes embodied in you, and it becomes a new baseline for the rest of your life. Because I know many people know that you've talked to people and they've had like some great spiritual experience, but it wasn't as transformational as it could have been.
Yes.
If they had a framework, a context, and a practice that allows them to really embody it. When I woke up years ago in the 70s, fortunately, I got context very quickly and had powerful spiritual teachers, mainly on the other side of the veil. And I quickly understood what was happening to me. And so my context and my framework has been that way for a long time. And so with your teaching here at Rythmia, people come in, and a lot of people we've talked to have done plant medicine before.
Yes.
But they come in and they get this class, and suddenly it's like, oh my God, I've been harboring victimhood for so long. It's become normal for me. Now I'm aware when I get caught by the web of that, I can say, oh no, I don't need to ask that kind of question. I need to think about something else. And they now have a tool and a framework and a practice to participate in their own unfolding. That's the whole key. It's a participatory universe.
Yes.
And even though the universe is friendly, it's progressive, you still have to participate.
Someone loved in class the other day, and I said, we are praying and moving our feet. We aren't just saying, oh, please, God, come fix this.
Right.
There's a whole different activity. You touched on something that I think is so important for people to know, that we find, and I want your thoughts on this, that there's so many reasons Rythmia is so uniquely, brilliantly different than other places to do medicine.
Right.
Is that we're not just doing medicine, we're doing breathwork medicine, we're doing class, we're doing the yoga, the cleansing. There's so many elements. But the safety net here is that there is an ability to have the insights and have the safety from not only medical staff, but spiritual teachers to assist you to live it. So it's not just medicine, get high, leave, and wonder, right?
Yeah, you described it perfectly. You have the classwork, you have the cleansing, you have authentic individuals who know how to guide in the Maloka, the shaman. They're authentic.
They're brilliant.
Some people, I remember years ago when I was a little hesitant about this, because I was aware that people were going to places for 2 or 3 or 4 months, and they call themselves shamans,
Mm.
you know. And I was, no, you're not going to take 1,000-year-old
Yeah.
tradition and synthesize that in 6 months.
Correct.
You know, you have to really embody these teachings. And so the people that we have here,
Mhm.
you know, the shamans, the teachers that come, they're real embodied people,
Yes.
you know, with strong intention. So you have that, and that field holds people, you know. So we do have and the class to me is pretty much mandatory for context and
The answer to you, yes.
understanding insights and revelations. But everything works together for good. You have the farm to table food. It's organic. It's real food. It's not processed fake food.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people subsist on fake food.
Mhm.
You know, and so you have real food. You have the real smoothies and drinks, and you have the colonics. You have the meditation. You have the yoga. You have the class. You have all of that supports
Dance of liberation.
Dance of liberation.
Yeah.
You have all of that supports
Yes.
your aya, your ayahuasca
Yes.
journey.
Yes.
You know, and any one of those things, you can have a breakthrough in breath work.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. Lots of times people go 4 nights of ceremony, come to breath work, and there's a whole different experience than
Right.
their first breath work because they've done medicine all week.
right.
So it could happen there. It could happen sometimes massage table, wherever.
Oh, and the massages. I forgot about those. I love the massages. You know, I had a tremendous forgiveness thing that happened having a colonic.
Oh my goodness.
I was there, and all of a sudden,
Ah.
this total forgiveness of someone just moved through me, and I saw, and I'd done a lot of forgiveness work already, so I didn't think this was going to come up.
Yeah.
I mean, as I was releasing, I was releasing.
That was a good colonic.
Yeah, it was like, wow. And it's somebody that I had forgiven many years ago, and we're tight and friends. It was like, and it just went, whoop, and I was free, you know? So any one of those modalities, but all together, you know, if you were to do that at different places, you go to a colon therapist, you go over to this person for your breath work, you go over to this person for your massage, you go over to this restaurant to get your organic food, you can go take my class at Agape as a singular event. You know, you can go to this person and go get your plant medicine, but here it's all enclosed.
Yes.
And given in a way that you can slowly go through it. That's why at the end of the week, many people are absolutely different.
Completely different. I'll say to people, please know when you go home that you're entering into a world and that people in your life are going to say hello to the person you were a week ago.
Right.
Like you must prepare yourself, not an expectation of them,
Right.
that you are shifted. And
Right.
we both have had the joy of watching individuals completely shift their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say that there are integration program that I
Yes.
get to keep seeing people integrate.
Right.
And listen to people say my life has consistently stayed in an expansiveness because I'm practicing
Yes.
what I learned in class.
Yes.
And then they have a touch point every Tuesday. Say,
Yes.
oh, Kim, teach me again about what was stage 3?
Yes.
What was stage 1? I think it just happened to me.
Yes.
So all these elements bring Rythmia above and beyond any other center that I know of, which is why we're still number 1 on TripAdvisor.
We are, and it's safe. Not that we need it, you know, that much. We have full medical staff.
Yeah.
And full emergency medical staff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's more like you have Band-Aids in your cabinet. You hope you never use them, and you probably don't, but they're there.
Correct.
You know, so there's, you know, you go to other places, it may not be there.
Yeah.
You know, you go to somebody's garage and they're doing plant medicine. They may not have a medical staff. They may not have a practitioner.
They might not be ready for that. Right.
You know, but Jerry has put this together very well, and as a team, you know, we've worked together to ensure. When we look at it now from the rudiments of the beginning,
yes,
you know, because I remember I was recruiting spiritual teachers to come and teach, you know, and they would say, really? You know, but they had faith in me.
It wasn't me. I didn't cry. I said yes.
Oh, no, she was a idiot. But yeah, I'm talking about some of the guest speakers.
Yes,
we, you know, Jack Canfield.
Yeah.
You know, I had to talk. Jack, come on, man. You know,
that was on the board.
Yeah, that was on the board of trustees. You know what I mean? And Martin Luther King III. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And now he's on the board. You know, so there were people that in the beginning was like, "Are you sure?" Yes, I'm sure. This is my soul knows. Come, do this. You know, And so now we have this whole full program, and you know what? It's beautiful here.
It's so beautiful.
I remember, you know about this story, the lady who came and the howlers, the monkeys
Oh yeah.
would they kind of scream in the morning.
Yeah.
And she told John Jacob to turn off the recording of the monkeys because she wanted to sleep. And he said, no, that's not a recording. Those are real monkeys in the
They're
trees.
right there.
They're right there. And she said, no, they do it at the same time every day. It's got to be a recording. And he was trying to convince her, no, you're in the jungle.
Yeah.
I know we have all these plush surroundings and you have your own room and there's a
Cozy,
swimming pool here. You can go swimming. No, there are monkeys there.
Yes.
And that was so funny. And there was another guy from Texas who was at the pool, and he said, "Will somebody get these little trained dinosaurs out of here?"
I do remember that.
The iguanas.
They're the iguanas that are huge. Could you move the dinosaurs, please?
These are trained baby dinosaurs.
That is so funny.
So you're here in nature.
Yes, you are.
Mother Nature, Costa Rica, pura vida.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. I just got out the ocean. As soon as I got here this morning, we were
Straight to
walking
the
on the
ocean.
beach. Had to take a couple of dives. It's just like pura vida.
You
Beautiful.
can't wait to come here every time, right?
As soon as I get here, it's like
Mm,
feet hit the ground. How
Yes.
soon can I get in the water?
yes.
It's beautiful.
And I get to remind everyone that our gift is that Reverend Michael's teachings, when he's the guest speaker here, everything changes. Everything is illuminated and uplifted. And I, been with you so long, and I still am in the front row taking brilliant notes because there's still pearls of wisdom when we have a full house this week because you're here. So
Yeah, I appreciate that.
we thank you and are so. I get to thank you personally for that day when you're like, Kimberly, I have a question for you. And I just said, well, it'll be yes. And then when you said later, why don't you go to Costa Rica? It was like, I'm so glad I said that.
Your whole life has changed.
My entire life has changed. I lived down the street,
Right.
flew with the dogs,
Right,
everything shifted.
That was a miracle.
That was a miracle, answered prayer. So Rythmia is a heavenly place. And if you are thinking about it, have a pull, please call us, come see Reverend Michael, see myself, see our wonderful team of teachers, facilitators. Yes.
We forgot one other thing.
Yeah.
Every Sunday you get to go watch me
Yes.
speaking at Agape, beaming right into the Rythmia.
It's true.
Everybody meets, and I give a little shout out because it's basically one community in two different locations.
Brilliantly said.
Mhm.
Thank you for your faith and your trust. And thank you for
Absolutely.
you and Jerry creating this heavenly, magnificent, glorious place that's changing lives. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for welcoming Michael Bernard Beckwith. I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. Can't wait to see you here at Rythmia. And we'll tell the monkeys and macaws you said hello today. All right. Ciao and have a great day. Okay. Now, hold on. All right, everybody, bear with me. Hold on.
Look it up while you're waiting.
That's right.
Rythmia
Look it
Life
up
Advancement
while we're
Center.
waiting. There we go.